Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is a review for Real Housewives of Potomac Season 5, Episode 3. Okay? If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird. JayBird. Dun, 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 dun. And all that goodness and stuff. Let's get ready to... I'm still having allergy issues, so I can't inhale, exhale with y'all. But we can still do it, okay? All that goodness. Okay, now let's inhale and exhale. Me, not really. Y'all ready? Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. I did it a little bit, okay? And remember to relax, to relate, to release, to center yourself and anyone around you, and all that goodness, okay? Do not forget to also like this video, comment in the comment section. You can also hit the share button to share my video on your social media, okay? You can follow me on IG and on Twitter at J_Lees_Corner, okay? This episode is a lot, okay? I'm gonna say that. I feel like they're trying to show different villains. You know, my nail is going crazy. It's like they want to make Monique a villain. They kind of want to make Candiace a villain. Ashley, Gizelle. I'm going to say this. Candiace is a villain. Gizelle is a villain. Cherisse is just an idiot, okay? Who's being pawned off and used and pimped out and she don't even know it. But let's pick up where the episode left off, okay? We see that at the dinner party, people still talking and chit-chatting or whatever, and they're still wanting Candiace to apologize to Ashley. Do I feel like Candiace owes Ashley an apology? Yes. Do I feel like, Ashley owes one to Candiace? Yes. However, I think what they're trying to get Candiace to understand, the thing she said about Ashley, knowing Ashley was in labor, was harsh, childish, petty, and uncalled for. I think it's one thing for her to want to address that elephant in the room, and then anything else her and Ashley needs to discuss can be discussed later, privately or whatever. At the same time, do she really have to do it right now? She don't have to, but I mean, protesting to not do it is like, oh, so did you not realize that it was wrong and you should say sorry just because, you know what I'm saying, that's what adults do? But I digress, okay? Now, Wendy said, it's like y'all are ganking up on her to force an apology. If someone has to force it, it's not even real. Because what actually happened, you can't tell me you don't know. Or it means that you and Ashley, you and Candiace aren't really friends. Because it's not as if no one knows the issues between Ashley and Candiace. But let's leave that be and whatnot. And I also feel like Wendy, honey, stay out of a lot of it, okay? I feel like if Wendy stay on the show for more than one season, she will ruin her reputation as all the things that she is. I'll discuss that later on and whatnot. I feel like some things she just kind of stay out. If Karen Huger is being quiet, Wendy, you should be quiet too. Let them handle it. You two need to leave. But I guess because she's friends with Candiace, supposedly, she wants to show Candiace, I'm defending you, friend. So they go over all the bullshit that happened between Ashley and Candiace, the butter knife throwing or whatever, the horrible tweets or whatever, the name that she's called Ashley and Michael. I didn't know she called Michael the overseer. I'm like, oh, that's far, because I don't think Ashley's a slave, because she called Ashley a bad wench. This the farther that she went with it. And again, this does not mean that Ashley is innocent. No one is saying that Ashley doesn't deserve 75% of the things that she went through last season based on what she did seasons 1 through 3. But at a certain point, as an adult, you have to leave things be. Okay, we're gonna leave that there. Gizelle then say, well, how close are you and Cherisse? Mainly because we know that, Monique and Cherisse has tension. Candiace knows that, okay? And I did a whole video about that. We seen Monique all on her live and explained exactly what happened. If you want the details of that, go watch the video, okay? But again, because of the tension between Monique and Candiace at the table, based on the lies that Cherisse has said, so that's why Monique is upset, okay? The whole, she treated her husband with the trainer. Candiace lied and said, well, me and Cherisse have been good friends for a while. We've always been okay. You lying to me, okay? And Monique said, well, you know the history of me and Cherisse. and you know that me and her ain't cool or whatever. So I just wish you would have gave me a heads up that she was coming to your wedding party, whatever. But you know what? I'm sorry. I just thought this is how I think Candiace is fake. In the scene, she said, you know what? I am sorry for not letting you know that I invited her. You know what I'm saying? I just had went through my phone and was clicking address to people who I thought would want to come or whatever, and that's what it was or whatnot. At her confessional, she say, I, thought the beef between Monique and Candiace, between Monique and Cherisse was old beef. It was like 2 years ago, whatever. Which means you knew they had beef. And my thing is, as Monique said, if we supposed to be cool and we supposed to be good friends, why would you not tell me that you invited that girl? Because we friends, we cool or whatnot. So I see both ends of it, but I still feel like Candiace is a liar, because in one breath, I didn't know y'all had beef, and in the other one, I knew it, but I thought it was old. Old beef don't mean it ain't here no more. So Karen then bring up how, I'm just trying to sit here and eat my fish. I want my fish. Let's not try to force no apology, from Candiace or whatever. So they agree that Candiace and Ashley will have a discussion privately. At this table, you see the clear tension between Monique and Candiace. You see the clear siding with Candiace from Wendy. You see Robin, and Gizelle being messy. At one point, Candiace told Robin to shut the fuck up. And Robin didn't say much else the rest of the day. But again, you can see that Gizelle is trying to be a puppet master, asking the right questions to the right person to cause conflicts. She's a devil in disguise, a whole snake on a plane, okay? Anyway, we then see that scene ends. And it's like 3 minutes later, you hear the audio. They say the camera stopped rolling, but it was still audio being recorded, because that's what happens or whatnot. So we hear Monique and Candiace talking. You hear Monique laughing. You hear Candiace being upset. And Monique said, how I knew you'd be mad at me. We can talk off camera. You hear Candiace saying, I can't believe you. Like, we not friends. I'm saying, you could have came to me at my party and asked me why did I invite that hoe. And I was like, that's true. We then see Candiace and how Monique is actually two-faced and a different person off camera. I'm going to play devil's advocate. I feel two different ways about this, and I'm editing this in because I want to be sure that I make my point clear. I feel like with the audio, Monique saying I knew would be upset because I brought up something in scene that we had not talked about off scene, which is why Monique also said in the same breath we can talk off camera. I feel like Candiace being upset that Monique said to her on camera, well, you could have told me that you invited Cherisse. I feel like that doesn't make Monique fake. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. Candiace has the reason to feel how she feels, yes, because you came at me on camera and not, off camera. At the same time, the information that she was told right as they were shooting the scene is what made her say it. We have to remember that right before all the girls got there is when Gizelle told Monique, hey, Candiace purposely is hanging out with Cherisse, and she was doing that because at one point you and her had fell out and she knew that you and Cherisse were in a bad place. So I think Candiace can act as if Monique did not have a reason to be upset, but Candiace also does not know what Gizelle told, Monique right before they all got there. Gizelle is the one causing all the issue. Okay, continue on. Again, Gizelle is a puppet master. Gizelle is putting Candiace against Monique. Not that anyone needs to help Candiace be an asshole bitch or whatnot, but I feel like Candiace don't know the reason Monique was more upset in that moment, because she found out right before she got there what really happened. That's why she brought it up. But I'm not going, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so we see Ashley and Michael out baby shopping or whatever. Cute. She gonna have a little sip and see. Cute. But we're gonna say is, you know what I'm saying, it seemed that Ashley and Michael not fucking just shit. She brings up after she had the baby, she's had some uncomfortableness in her nether regions, her vagina, and so sex has been uncomfortable. That happens when some people have babies. They can't initially go and have sex again or whatnot. It's like we tried that sex this one time and it was very uncomfortable or whatever. He then cried because he thought he hurt me or whatever, and so they have not really been intimate since having baby Dean. But he like 3 months. You know what I'm saying? You have to wait at least 6 weeks. So, it's been trying times for them. But because she was talking about how she sometimes looked at herself in the mirror and she like, oh, okay, because she's a little thicker, bigger boobs, bigger, and she likes what she sees. And she says, Michael does, gets to appreciate me, outside wise, but it's not inside wise or whatever. But he then said, well, can we just hurry up and, get this or whatever, and I go back to work. And he kind of snapped a little bit. And I'm looking like, okay, you horny? Calm down, bruh. Calm down. Now, we do see Gizelle at her house that's still under construction. Gizelle's house is still under construction because she tore about everybody else. She's in everyone else's business. Build your own house out and then worry about everybody else, Gizelle. Robin comes by. It was a bullshit thing to me. I don't feel like hearing either one of them talk about, oh yeah, me and Wine and me and Jamal. I don't believe that Jamal and Jill is real. I don't. I feel like it's for image, and that's it, and that's what it is. And no one cares about Robin, getting proposed to by Wine because we've already seen the footage on Instagram when it happened last year. We don't care. I'm gonna skip over that. We don't care. And we know that Gizelle tells Robin how the girls aren't too on board with me dating their daddy because they know y'all both full of shit. They did is a cheater, their mom's a liar. So why will we even act as if we're gonna be this big happy family when it probably won't last that long? And Dad lives in Atlanta. We live here in Maryland. We see him every couple of weeks. Girl, bye. So we do get to finally meet Wendy officially. She's gorgeous, okay? And her husband, where's the husband? Boom. Her husband, they both Nigerian. They're both from the same tribe. She brings about her mom came here when she was a child. They both, they have 3 kids, 3 boys. No, 2 boys, 1 girl. She has 4 degrees. She's also a professor at Johns Hopkins. She's also a political commentator on television. And she's a very accomplished woman. And that's why I said if she's on this show for more than 1 season, she will ruin her, I'm this accomplished, wonderful, beautiful black woman, I'm the upper echelons of it all or whatnot, because she's going to be on a TV show having to fuss and argue with Gizelle or whoever else over Candiace. Because I think, if she really choose Candiace's side, eventually she would have to fuss with somebody about Candiace, or she's going to fuss with Candiace about Candiace. So let's hope she can stay on here and not get into any of that. But I feel like being on these shows eventually pulled you out of pocket once or twice, and so we will see how that goes or whatever. And I always think with her house was beautiful and everything. It looked lived in. Her mama was there teaching the kids how to count in their native language. I think she called it Igbo. I'm not sure. I may be mistaken or whatever. It was a cute, wonderful moment, but that's all we heard from her. Her husband is gorgeous, okay? Sexual chocolate or whatever. And so, yeah, go Wendy, go. We then see Karen goes over to Monique's. Okay, she don't like that bird. I would not be, if my friend had a bird. I'm not an animal person, so I don't like going over people's houses who had pets, because I don't like pets. And I don't want to have to like your pet. I the only pet I have to tolerate is my brother's dog. You know what I'm saying? My brother and my sister's dog I have because it's Brooks. I can't not, you know what I'm saying? But I don't like anybody's pet. I don't like pets. I don't like animals. I don't like bugs. Nathan. So I am Team Karen when it comes to going to visit, Monique, and she answered the damn door with T'Challa on her goddamn shoulder. Put the bird up, please. Please put the goddamn bird up. But people have a habit of when they have guests over, they don't put their pets up because the pets is their pet's house. I get that, but I'm saying I won't come over. I'm good, love, enjoy. Anyway, so Monique is talking to Karen about how she can't believe that Candiace does not understand why she was upset that Candiace did not give her heads up about inviting Cherisse, saying she know the issues of why she acted surprised about this, whatever. You know what I'm saying? She's not a real friend. We then see Chris and Candiace out shopping for Chris's kids who we never see. Okay. And stuff. And she brings up, I don't get why Monique was mad about Cherisse because their beef was old. And I had talked to Monique maybe a day or 2 prior of the dinner with Ashley. And I asked her if I can come and it'd be cool. She said yes. I feel like Monique's a flip-flopper because I'm saying she wasn't mad. And again, it's because Gizelle told Monique something that pissed Monique off even more. So Monique was in her feelings because she was pissed off with her friend did some fugazi ass shit. So while they both had valid reasons to be asking the question, I still feel like Candiace is aware you have to give your friends a heads up. And also they both don't realize that Gizelle is playing them both. Okay, but let's move on. So we then see Gizelle and the girls and Jamal take a boat ride for her birthday. This is the most awkwardest scene I've ever seen in my life. Okay, I feel like them girls I don't think it's that they don't like their daddy. I think they love their father. I think they know this is fake. And so they don't want to really give in to it. And you know what I'm saying? It was just awkward. Like, it's like no one knew what to do. Jamal didn't talk much. I'm looking like, why, how was it no conversation? It was just boring and awkward all day on a boat. And I'm like, I ain't got time for the bullshit. So we do see Jamal surprises the girls. He gives the oldest one an envelope. So, I want this is a gift. Open this on up or whatever. And then in the envelope is like paperwork saying that the three daughters are now partners in a restaurant called Arizona back in Atlanta. And the younger two, oh my God, thank you. They was happy. But that oldest one, Grace, was like, I thought we was gonna like get something. Like I thought it was like Nicki Minaj tickets. And he was like, you did get something. You got a whole restaurant. I'm like, girl, how you not happy that your daddy made you? That's money in your pocket if anybody goes in there. So we shall see how that happens. Anyway, the girls go to the bathroom and whatnot, and Gizelle and Jamal talk. It was boring shit. So when was the last time you had a happy birthday? When were you happy last, Gizelle? Oh, so am I only happy when I'm with you? He's like, well, I'm not saying that, but you know what I'm saying? It's, I want to see you happy, all the time. Okay, well, that's your job. Again, I don't feel the love. What is love? Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more. I just don't feel the love. I just don't. So we did see Ashley's sipping seat, okay? So we do see that Gizelle gets there first, and the baby is adorable. Where he at? He's an adorable. Look at that. Okay, he is definitely grown into his father's face. He is so cute. I can also see Ashley in his face a little bit too, but more Michael. But he's an adorable little Oompa Loompa little baby. Anyway, so Gizelle gets there first. We then see Robin and Monique show up or whatever. So Robin, Monique, and Gizelle are kind of discussing how they hope that things will be good if Candiace shows up, if she shows up. And Monique brings up, well, I haven't talked to her, since that time or whatever. And, I feel like she wants things on her terms all the time. So that's why I don't think she's that much of a good friend, because she just does, she wants things her way. I'm saying, and I thought we were better friends. But that's not gonna happen. So I'm like, it is what it is or whatever. Robin then brings about it won't be until everyone turns their back on her that she'll kind of come around to realize that she has to not allow her own ways to be the reason she loses friendships or whatever. And we then see Candiace gets there. Okay, and then she got a little small gift for Ashley, just in the baby shoes or whatever. And they even let her hold the baby. Now the baby puked the minute she held him because she made him sick. But it was so fine. We then see Karen and Wendy also get there too, and Wendy still say Karen is still acting like she don't know me. Now Karen was on Watch What Happens Live, and Karen said it's not that I'm acting like I don't know her. I don't know her. I know of her. I've seen her around. I don't remember names. I kind of remember faces or whatever. And to be nice, I always say, hey, nice to meet you. Because I don't really remember. She's like, but I don't know her. So she's like, I don't see why she has a big issue with me saying that I don't know her. I think Wendy's issue was Karen saying she isn't impressed. To play devil's advocate in defense of Karen, I can say this. We can't be sure that Karen knows that the accomplishments that Wendy has, because as she said, I don't know her like that. I mean, I just know of her, and that's really it. So I feel like sometimes people feel like she should know me. I've met her like 4 times. It's like, yeah, but like you know what I'm saying? It's like, we watch shows and I can't remember names every goddamn time. So it's like what it is. So I do feel like Wendy maybe reading too much into it, and Karen also like she's trying to make a name for herself. So who else to come for than me? And I agree. Because each time she see Karen, I don't know why she act like she doesn't know me, because she doesn't. You can know of someone and not know them. Like, we didn't know all this stuff about Wendy, even though they talked about her, coming up to the show. But now, so I feel like Wendy and Karen just need to have a conversation, and that's really it. And Karen still said, "Watch what happened." Laugh. I'm still not impressed. Wendy has accomplished a lot. She has, and no one can take that from her. I will say that does not mean that Karen has to be impressed with her. You know what I'm saying? You can appreciate someone's accomplishments and not be like, "Oh, bitch, I'm impressed." Like, it's two different things, and it's not shade. It's just like, okay, she's an accomplished person, brava. But why does that have to impress me? As if, you know what I'm saying, she, built a house on Mars and now we have a second home to go to. So yeah. And I'm not trying to dislike Wendy. I don't want to discredit her, but I want to put things into perspective, as in, we have to understand that someone who does not really know you does not have to be impressed by you. And someone who doesn't fully know you does not have to always remember who you are. Simba, remember who you are. Because if you know who you are, then no one else can define you. Anyway, so we then see that what's her name? Cherisse shows up. But Monique say, as he told me beforehand, like 4 days ago, that she was going to invite her because, again, she's known Cherisse longer than she's known me. So I was not surprised to see her there. And that's all I would have wanted from Candiace, is to let me know, hey, a little heads up or whatnot, okay? So they all sit down or whatever. We got Ashley up there breastfeeding Dean, and the bullshit starts, okay? And this was basically the room. Boom, boom, boom. And I have these 3 photos because it was really Monique versus Candiace, and the whole time, was baby Dean, okay? So I have to leave this up to show y'all how I felt. Anyway, so Ashley, as she is breastfeeding her son, titties out and all, Candiace, we just want to let you know what I'm saying, that we were talking about you. I want to be honest about what's going on or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And we were speaking about the dinner. And some of us, including myself, feel like you have an issue accepting responsibility for what you say and what you do. And I'm like, the fact that Ashley was calling her out while breastfeeding her baby, because who can yell and fuss at a breastfeed mom? No one. No one at all, okay? And Candiace calmly says, and I like to say this, no one here raised their voice. It was the most calm, argumentative conversation that I've seen, okay? So she said, I was not interested in talking to Ashley in front of the group. You know what I'm saying, when I said that, the conversation should have just ended. You know what I'm saying, the whole incident was an ambush. Monique then said, well, that's the point. We feel like you are always having things on your terms. You know what I'm saying, and we don't want to always address issues that we go through, in a group where we just have to. That's just what it is and whatnot. So now in her confessional, Candiace says, like, what we should be discussing is, maybe how much Dean weighs, if he has a middle name, and saying when we start to look like Ashley. I'm looking like, see that shade. That's girl. Just stop. Don't comment on people's kids and who they look like. It is perfectly fine for her son to look like his father. Okay? You may look like yours. So that's just, we can't do that or whatever. Anyway, Monique can say, well, you know what, Candiace? If you are an aggressive, hostile person, whatever, you will probably get that same thing back. Well, no, you are the one that's hostile and aggressive, Monique. And I'm like, here we go. No, I'm not. I'm not at all. Wendy then said, and again, I told Wendy, stay out of it. If Karen is quiet, Wendy, stay quiet. I think some things don't need too many people jumping in. But again, I feel like Wendy is trying to defend Candiace to prove her loyalty as a friend to Candiace. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like if all the other ladies is quiet, Wendy, be a little quiet or whatnot. So, but she said, I feel like maybe she didn't want to talk in front of y'all. She may feel like, she's not friends with all the people in the group, okay? And a confession of when he brings up how, Monique is not your friend, and she is not your friend. I said, oh, we see where Wendy, allegiance is lied, whatever. In the scene, Wendy asks Candiace, and do you think everyone in the group is your friend? Because I'm loyal to you. And Candiace says, well, no, not anymore. Which makes Monique tell Wendy, will tread lightly, because I was the same way, saying, being a loyal friend of her, look where it got me or whatever. So at that point in time, Monique brings up, I've never done anything wrong to her. I've never, been disrespectful to her, whatever. I've never joked about her mom's house. I've never done all the things that others have done to her, for her to be, acting kind of crazy or whatnot. And Candiace at the same time, like, saying, well, you are acting so entitled right now. You are a flip-flopper. And I'm like, that's a childish accusation, but whatever. And she's like, no, you're a flip-flopper, Candiace, and that's what it is. Candiace then say, since you and Gizelle are friends this season, whatever, I guess you need someone else to fight with. So I guess that's me. So all the ladies laugh. They all laugh like, oh, that's kind of crazy. Like last year was Ashley. This year I guess it's Gizelle, who they're saying that Monique, was trying to be friends with or whatever. And so Candiace is upset that I guess they're laughing or whatnot. And so she gets up and she leaves. I feel like, because again, no one was yelling. It wasn't even an argument. It was more of a conversation. So I do feel like she could have stayed to just have that conversation. But she said that she did not want to argue in Ashley's house. I also respect that, so it's fine. So we then see Ashley goes out to, walk. She goes out and finds her outside or whatever. And they're like out front of the building and whatever. They're talking or whatever. And like, I just did not want to fight in your house. And, I do know that we need to talk or whatever. Okay, well, let's talk right now. Because we're by ourselves. And Candiace still did not want to talk. I guess you can see me now. She did not want to talk. And I feel like your whole thing has been, me and Ashley don't need to be around anyone else to have a conversation. You now have it, did you and her. Why not have that talk? I think it's because she wanted to cry. And I'm like, girl, we don't really care. So, okay, fine. We'll talk later. And she didn't leave. Now, upstairs, back with the group, Cherisse is sitting there or whatever. Now she's sitting next to Gizelle. And then Robin brings up how, no one was attacking Candiace. Like, why did she leave? Gizelle then said, because she's a child. She's a 30-year-old, who's really a 14-year-old. She's a child or whatever. That's not nice. Don't say she's a child. Of course, Karen. So Cherisse is talking. No one cares. But Gizelle then tries to discuss the issue with Monique and Cherisse. And Monique like, oh, you know what? It's time to go. I'm going to leave. I gotta go right now. And then she leaves. And then as she's leaving, and when she's gone, Cherisse and Gizelle then say, oh, why would she leave? Like, it was the issue when we were talking about Candiace. Like, why is the issue with her? Gizelle then say, what's the issue with you and Monique? I have no idea. I don't know why we're not friends. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know. I'm like, really? The fact that Gizelle brought it up when she know what the issue is messy. I feel like Candiace and Ashley working things out makes sense. They're both on the show. Cherisse, no one wants her back on the show. Why try to have them have this conversation when you know how it is? That's why I say Gizelle is a messy bitch. And no one can tell me different. Gizelle is pulling these puppet strings and trying to cause conflict because she ain't got shit else going on. Because if you notice, all the phone tag shit is going through Gizelle. All of it. Gizelle is in the confessional still saying how, yeah, the rumor is that Monique, she's still spreading the rumor. She's bringing it up on camera. Gizelle is the devil. And as she keeps asking Cherisse, well, what's the issue? Like, is it a friend that she's upset with about or whatever? She's like, no, Monique doesn't have any friends. Again, because we know it's the friend who she was also upset with. Gizelle ain't shit, okay? And then in the confessional, Gizelle, I think the issue could be Monique's trainer, her side piece, her screwing buddy. I'm looking like her screwing buddy, bitch. Gizelle ain't shit. That's it. That was the whole episode. I'm done. Peace.
stress.